Well, hey everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie and this is Bobbie Reads Tarot. And today, you guys, I want to take a look at Mark Kelley. So Mark Kelley is a senator here in Arizona, and he is standing up against Trump and Hegseth. And then we have all this very interesting energy around Pete Hegseth and what's going to happen there. And then we had Trump sleeping during a cabinet meeting. So let's take a look and see what's going on with all of that. As always, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research, form your own opinions, and please be kind to one another in the comment section down below. All right, you guys. So first I want to look at Mark Kelley. I want to see the energy that he's headed into. Let's take a look at that energy Mark Kelley is headed into. Okay. First thing we have is Six of Wands. This is a card of victory. Mark Kelley is going to make some really good progress. This is his energy. He's this energy of someone who is a leader, someone who is going to stand strong in the face of adversity. But this is a reason to celebrate because it's an accomplishment. It's a victory, okay? This is people like holding him in high esteem. The challenge he's going to face, though, is justice. So the challenge could be them doing something to him. So here's what I'm feeling really strongly. I feel like Hegseth has his own issues right now, and I don't really see that Hegseth's going to be bringing anyone up on charges. We're going to look at his energy, but I have a feeling he's out the door. But I'm wondering what will happen to Mark Kelley after the fact. And I have to say, because of the climate that we're living in, not because of anything I've seen in the cards, but because of the climate that we're living in, I am concerned for his safety. I'm concerned for all of, everybody's safety. The energy that he's coming from is the Death card reversed. The Death card reversed is a card that talks about the ending of something, the ending of one way of being. And this is very much that, like, standing up and saying, no more. I'm not going to be complicit. I'm going to do something different. It's also really interesting because on this card, this is the United States of Tarot deck. So if you're interested, if you ever want to know what decks I'm using, I have a page on my website, which is bobbiereads.com, and it shows every single deck there. Now, I will say this. I've had some people ask me in the comment section if I have any coupon codes. I am not sponsored by any of these people. They don't give me coupon codes. I'm not like promoting them. I'm doing it more of as a courtesy to you guys than for the person whose deck it is. So just know that, I just do that there for your guys' reference. Okay. All right. The energy that Mark Kelley is going to be headed into is the Two of Swords. This is a stalemate. This is a choice he's going to have to make. This is like, what's coming through very strongly needs to be ready for battle. He needs to make a choice because they're going to focus on him. And I don't know exactly who the theys are. If it's going to be Trump himself, the Trump admin, potentially Pete Hegseth, but I just don't see him staying around. Now, the overall aim or destiny for the situation with Mark Kelley is the Two of Cups. This is a partnership, and more than a partnership, I feel like this is his energy with Gabby Giffords. So for those of you who don't know, his wife was a congresswoman here in Arizona. Her name was Gabby Giffords, or her name is Gabby Giffords, and she was a victim of political violence, and she was, shot in the head and survived. And after that is when Mark Kelley got into politics to sort of like pick up her torch. So I feel like so much of what he does for her. He looks at these fights as, well, this fight in particular, this is his fight because he's former military. He sees the alleged illegality of what's happening and he stands by his statement. But I feel like what his big motivator is, what pushes him, his aim is his wife. Because these are things she would have stood up for as well. Okay. What he doesn't see coming, or the underlying issue, is the Seven of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords reversed is giving up rather than taking a stand. So this could be people like giving him a very hard time. So that could mean like I don't know, trying to reinstate him to active service or trying to bring him up on a court martial or however they want, they're going to try to do this. But I feel like this is the administration like giving up. And you guys, I've talked about how Trump was not be in office for his entire term. And now you guys know that I said I thought he would be out in May, which he was not. But this is the downfall. What we're watching right now between the Epstein stuff and the Venezuela boat attacks, we are seeing the downfall. So that's what's happening. So I think what's going to happen with Mark Kelley is they may bring him up on some kind of charges, but then they're going to say that I think the whole administration is going to go, and then it's going to go away because no one's going to continue to pursue him. The energy of the situation is the Three of Swords. They want to inflict maximum pain on anyone who is a dissenter to what, MAGA says. But this is also the card of needing to use reason and logic over emotions. And we see Trump and Hegseth operating from these very emotional places. And we see Mark Kelley operating from these very logical, rational places. The environment for the situation is the Moon card. There's so much hidden and so much that we can't see right now. And there's so much that's going to change. This is like the card of, it can be change, crisis of faith. I think it's going to be a crisis of faith for the Trump administration, but I think that this is going to be changes in a positive way for Mark Kelley. Hopes or fears, the Five of Pentacles. So this would be like losing your career, losing your livelihood, being attacked, that type of thing. And final outcome for Mark Kelley in this situation is the Prince of Swords reversed. So the Prince of Swords reverse it's a stressful situation that is blown out of proportion, and it is people on the warpath. So it's not over for him. Like they're not going to go softly into the night on Mark Kelley. But I think in the long term, he's going to be fine. I want to look at what's going on with the whole Pete Hegseth thing. I'm going to go to the governance deck. I'm feeling like the Trish James Oracle deck is calling my name. So I want to look at the Trump, Hegseth double tap Venezuela. See if Spirit wants to give us any new information, Spirit, that you can give us about how this is going to go for Pete Hegseth. I want to look at Pete Hegseth, change in focus. They're going to try to change the focus. Look over there. Look over there. They're going to point towards like the admiral that they're already trying to throw under the bus. And then they're also going to be like talking about they're going to try to divert from what's going on. So you're going to see a lot of other stuff come up. They're going to try to change the focus. Trade war. So more issues with Trump and his trade war. This is like deals that aren't coming up. And, I'm almost feeling like this was reversed. So I'm wondering if it's just war, a focus on this war in Venezuela. Trade war. Trade could be coming through as like bringing in something. This technically is not trade war. Okay. I know that, but this could be Spirit trying to talk to me about or connect that, the bringing in of supposed drugs, fentanyl, which fentanyl doesn't even come from Venezuela. So this whole idea that they're attacking to save 25,000 lives every time one of these boats is blown out of the water. It's like, no, that's not what's happening. We have pursuit of control. There's a continued pursuit of control. And right now, the writing is on the wall for the Trump administration, because what we're going to find out is that this was highly illegal and heads are going to have to roll. And there are people right now that are jockeying behind the scenes to try to put themselves in a position where they're going to have more control. Beneficial impact. Well, this could be a beneficial impact for everybody if Hegseth is removed from office, whether he's resigns, he's fired by Trump, he's impeached. Yes, yes. So he is going to be removed. Pete Hegseth is going to be removed. I want to look at how Trump is feeling about Hegseth. Let's use some just regular tarot. If you guys have ever wanted to have your own personal reading with me, I do that. I do live readings and recorded readings. All of the information is in my on my website. It's a secure portal, so you don't have to worry about your information. So if you've ever wanted to have your own reading, you can check that out. Again, my website is bobbiereads.com. You know what? I want to get flyers for this one. I want 3 flyers. How is Trump feeling right now about this Hegseth situation? How is Trump feeling about this because, they had that silly cabinet meeting today that Trump slept through. Okay, so he feels like his hands are tied. He's like, he wants to get rid of him, but then he doesn't want to look like he made a bad hire. Ace of Pentacles is like, yeah, I made a good offer. King of Pentacles, this is Trump. Like, I always make good hires. I made this guy a good offer. Look at me. The Chariot is trying to move forward. King of Wands is, we have a lot of this king energy. I'm wondering who these kings are. Okay, I want to keep going though. I want to get the energy of how Trump is feeling right now about Hegseth. So what I'm getting is that, Trump, King of Pentacles, is like, hey, I gave you this offer. I gave you this. And I feel like King of Pentacles would represent Trump. King of Wands is going to represent Hegseth. Or it could represent other masculine energy. If it was Hegseth, I would think it would be more King of Swords or Knight of Swords for battle. But this is about like taking this opportunity, taking it and blowing it. But they're going to put some work in to bring justice. They're not really going to bring real justice, but he's ready to cut Hegseth loose. I say Hegseth goes before Kash Patel. Okay, now I want to look at Trump. You guys, did you see him snoozing through that cabinet meeting? Holy moly. I sat there. I don't know if he didn't realize that the camera was just like right on him, but you could just see him the whole time struggling to stay awake, like wiggling here, wiggling there, doing all the things that we do to try to, stay awake. Okay, let's see what we have here. For Trump, I want to look at Trump and just his overall condition right now. Thoughts, mental, developing now, in motion, clear path, clarity. We're going to find out more about Trump and what's going on with him health-wise. There's things that are happening now that are going to be difficult or impossible for his administration to hide, because Trump, the cognitive decline is going to be on full display. And I'm just feeling like the 25th Amendment is coming, or bringing him up on charges, for this military debacle. But the path is being cleared right now for whatever is going to happen. We have vital wellness, healthcare. Yes, his health, he is really struggling with his health. That's why he slept through the whole cabinet meeting. He cannot stay awake, not to mention his mental health. He was up the night before rage tweeting on Truth Social, made 400 posts. We have eruption threshold, pressure release. Yes, we have already seen him start to erupt on different reporters, and we're just going to see more of that. And it's going to be bigger and bigger and bigger as far as what we see displayed. So he's going to get meaner and he's going to get nastier. He's in that point of his cognitive decline where he can't censor himself anymore. Like that censor is gone, and he's just out saying whatever he wants to say. Terms agreed, deal made. So I always talk about, we look at what's going on in politics in front of us, but really that's just kind of like play acting. The real people that control the power, the 1% that are the old money families. Okay. I'm talking families that came here on Plymouth Rock, like families that got into trains and oil, like those families, those are the people who really control what's going on in the world. And I fully believe that they make agreements, all of the different people that are part of that group, they make agreements as far as what they really want and how things are going to go. And then we just see it acted out in front of us through these politicians. And I feel like the deal has been made, the arrangements are being made, the terms have been agreed to get Trump out of office. It is coming, whether they bring him up on war crime charges or 25th Amendment or he kicks the bucket or he runs. I don't know what's exactly going to happen, but the deals are being made behind the scenes. Things are in motion. It's happening right now. Okay, we have new ideas and possibilities and assist in support, which is intervention. So new things happening, new ideas, new possibilities, perhaps some ways out, or this could be possibilities that they're thinking of, okay, if we take them out, who can we put in? Because I think originally their plan was JD Vance, and he has gone over like a lead balloon. Nobody likes that guy. He's got the charisma of a donut. So actually, no, donuts have more charisma than JD Vance, but you know what I'm saying? Like he's an NPC is what he is. So again, there's new things happening behind the scenes. There are people that are working together. There's going to be some kind of intervention where they're taking out Trump. And yes, foundation, infrastructure, long-term vision. What are we going to do going forward? What are we going to do with the situation that we are about to assume? Okay, then we have the ripple effect. There's going to be consequences. So when Trump goes out of office, there are going to be consequences to that. There's consequences to everything, karma, right? But there is going to be, this is not going to be Trump goes out of office and everything is fine. Ethical override, logic versus empathy. Yeah, I think this is going to be ethical override, not being ethical. Okay, I want to just quickly do a fast little spread on Trump's health. I know we were kind of looking at that with these forecaster cards, but I want to look with tarot, with good old tarot, to see what I can see about the health of Trump. Oh my gosh, I have to tell you guys, okay, this is not sponsored, okay? This is an aventurine. Where's the card that I have for it? I have a card that tells all about it. Oh, it's right here. So I got this from Otter Spirit. This is an aventurine, but they have all different just like big crystals that you can get. This one is for the intention of prosperity, and it's for the heart chakra. This little stand I got in Jerome outside of Sedona this weekend to put it in. So it didn't come with this. This is selenite, but this sits on it. But I know you guys are going to ask me what this is since it's new. So it's my aventurine sphere from Otter Spirit. I will put a link in the description down below for a coupon code for that. I do have a coupon code for that. So if you guys want to check those out. I love their stuff so much. You guys have been leaving me comments. If you've purchased bracelets and stuff from them, you guys have been leaving me the sweetest comments. I swear, like I've been living in this stack right here, and I have just noticed a huge difference in the pain I feel in my body. I feel a lot better since I started wearing that combination. Okay, so it's a heavy burden. Trump's health, it's a heavy burden. He's not doing well. This is like lugging around extra weight, lugging around like things slowing down, systems slowing down, congestion in the vascular system, issues with breathing, issues with his lungs. And it could just be his weight, when it gets like harder and harder to breathe when you get older. Or if your weight gets too much, or as your weight gets more, it gets harder to breathe. So he's struggling with all kinds of things. He feels like he's carrying weights. His body has been affected for entertainment purposes only by either a large stroke or mini strokes. We can see him dragging his right leg, which means he's probably had something happen in the left hemisphere of his brain. We're seeing it, right? He can't even hold his mouth up. His mouth is drooping. Everything is heavy. He's not there. There's no plans for his future. There are no plans. Two of Wands reversed. We are not making plans. Everything is stalled. We're not doing anything. He's not looking to the future. There's not much farther for him to go. The energy he's coming from is the Seven of Wands reversed. The Seven of Wands reversed is being vulnerable. Okay. So he's in a very vulnerable position, and he has been for quite some time. We've seen the decline, and where he tried to pretend like he was a strong man before, he's so weak. I mean, you see him and he's just weakness. The energy of where he's going is the Five of Cups reversed. And this is hitting your lowest point and kind of accepting your fate. So he could just be at the point where he's like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore. Put me on a plane, take me to the Middle East or wherever, and let me just golf until I die. The destiny or aim of his health, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed is a card that talks about miscommunication or communication issues. I'm wondering if there's some underlying health issues that either they don't know that he has, or they've communicated it to him, but they're having a hard time like comprehending what that means, the severity of what's going on. What he doesn't see coming, or his underlying issue, is the Five of Swords. This is conflict amongst the people with the power that are done with him and that are ready to have him removed. His energy around his health, he's going to hang in there for this reading anyway, until we get to the next one. He's going to be around for a little bit. He's got that Leo energy where he's going to be proud as a peacock. Look at me. His environment is giving him everything he could ever possibly want because he's the most powerful man in the world, right? He's living his King Midas dream. Hopes or fears for Trump's health. This is that rite of passage card that keeps showing up. Four of Wands can mean like celebration, weddings, anniversaries, graduations, but it also is a card that can talk about a rite of passage. This is like, this energy too is like Trump. His hope is that he gets to like celebrate, gets to live. He wants to be revered. He wants to be celebrated. That is what that card is. Final outcome for this reading for his health, we have the Three of Wands reversed. Look at all the fire signs he got. There are a lot of wands that are in here. This is not being productive. No activity. We're not working towards the future. So I think he's going to hang around a little bit longer, but he's not going to do anything, you know? All right, you guys, I want to switch gears and go to an oracle card. And today, instead of using the Starseed Oracle, which I use all the time, it's my favorite deck, we're going to go to the Ancient Stone Oracle. I'm just feeling it today. I'm feeling Spirit saying, you know what? The Ancient Stones. So this is Rebecca Campbell, Ancient Stones Oracle. All right, you guys. If you're still with me, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. And also, please don't forget to subscribe. Just give a little look down there. It's free to subscribe. And if you hit the alert bell, you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. Okay. What final message does Spirit have for all my besties today? What do you guys need to hear this morning to go about your day? What message? What message are we going to start our day with? Okay. Message for my besties. Bobbie's besties. Okay, you guys, let's see what we've got here. Weather the storms. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. Okay, let me see here. If this book is in alphabetical order, it is. This says, the Earth's ancient stones are living history. They're an expression of our planet, yet they also hold its story. Water, fire, ice, and wind have been sculpting and shaping the Earth since it formed around 4.6 billion years ago, breaking down and dissolving its rocky surface and creating countless landmarks in stone. The stones know that every storm will pass and that the harshest weather shapes who we are over time. Nothing is ever wasted, and the greatest challenges end up being the very things that make us, not break us. The Weather the Storms card puts challenges into perspective. It reminds us that through challenge comes growth, and through hardship comes resilience. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're going through, you'll get through this. However hard things are right now, the weather will improve. No matter how rough the seas and bitter the winds, soon the sun will reappear. You're stronger than you think you are and becoming even more brilliant through the extremes of your life. Out of this, good will come, so have faith. Root in and let the changing seasons craft you into even more of who you truly are. Oh, you guys, this card spoke to me. So I just was doom scrolling on my phone before filming this, and I saw a news story on Facebook that just popped up in my algorithm. And it was a post from a woman, and her partner built a bus and decorated it as a memorial to people who lost their life to suicide. And they would drive this bus all around, and their bus caught fire and everything in it burned. And that bus was, they lived in it. So they lost their home, and not only their home, but this like monument on wheels that they made that was so special. So she's posting and she's talking about her journey now. And she's like several years out from when the bus burned. But she was saying how after that bus burned, they ended up in Phoenix, Arizona, where they decided to try to get work and save up every penny they could. And in 90 days, have enough money to buy a new bus. And they did it in 74 days. And the whole post was she was talking about all of the challenges in her life. She had lost a child, and it just seemed like, everything was thrown at her. But standing today, this couple, they have replaced their bus, and they've actually gotten an even nicer one that they're turning into this like steampunk bus. And it was a beautiful story of like how they did not let the challenges or the adversity that they faced stop them. And you guys know I've shared my story with you guys a number of times, so I won't share it again in this video, but you guys know the trials and tribulations that I've gone through. And every single one of those things has made me better, made me stronger. I take those little bricks, right, of just hardship, and instead of letting it make me bitter, I chose to have it make me better. And I use those bricks to build the foundation I stand on today. And it is a strong foundation. So whatever you may be going through, this is the time of year where people are really struggling. So I want you to know that whatever you're going through, as cliche as this sounds, you will get through it. You will. And I'm going to be right here rooting you on. You have a community here in my channel, and every single person here is so important and so special and so valuable. And you are all loved. You're loved by so many people, and you're loved by me. So I'm sending you guys a big, huge virtual hug today. And I want you to know that those things that are hard on you, that you're struggling through, those are going to make you a better person. And I'm right here behind you. I've got your back. I'm rooting you on. I'm supporting you. All right, you guys. I'm sending you guys big, huge hugs. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.